All right, guys, good morning. Assalamualaikum. Thank you all. It's Friday morning again, and it's as usual, our breakthrough session. And our morning guest this morning is Melati Hai, the Vice President and Chief Marketing Officer of McDonald's Malaysia.
Morning everybody. Good morning.
Allah, loyalnya dia dekat McDonald's.
Wah, McCafe oh.
Yes.
Okay.
My me time. My cup of coffee.
All right.
Melati was my colleague in Nestle, where back then she was the Milo brand manager. Milo. Actually kan macam mana nak sebut dia, Mel?
It's Milo. It's after the Greek god Milo, right? But because it has become so Malaysian, kalau kita ikut the phonetic language of bahasa, it becomes Milo.
Okay. So this morning we are going to be talking to Melati, and she has requested exclusive only for Ideascape team. So for this morning we're just recording. So it's going to go on YouTube, yeah, Mel, but not on live Facebook or Okay, Melati, we do this every Friday morning because for the past year, during check-in sessions, it's been pretty still. So I thought by including other people in the session, it will inspire people and all that, right? So we're looking forward to getting inspired by you this morning. Yeah, with your stories, with your experiences, share it with us. This is a place, it's a safe space, and you can just bear yourself. I promise. It's okay.
Are we waiting for a few more people? Because
I think this is it. Hang on a second, let me check. Yeah, I think pretty much everyone's here, right? Anis also know Melati because we all
we work together in Nestle as well. Anis and I used to have the same department manager, and every month we will hold hands going to department meetings. Remember that, Anis?
HOD.
Yes.
Good morning, Melati.
I have something small to share. It's a presentation, and then after that, I guess it's just I'm open to this. Whatever questions you have. I'm not sure what you want to know from me, or so maybe I thought sharing a little bit about myself and the roles that I'm in, that I have in my career and in life, would just give you a bit of an overview, and I guess get to know me a little bit more as well. Shall I start? Anyone?
We love that. Yes, go ahead. Share. You have sharing rights, right? You're the host?
I think so.
Yes, you are the co-host. So you can share your slides.
See.
Ya Allah, dia nak cerita pasal hidup dia pun, dia nak letak slides tau perempuan ni.
Yelah. I will. Can you see it? Everyone can see?
Yes.
Okay. Well, good morning, everyone. I'm, just getting to know the Ideascape team this morning. I'm glad to have built a relationship, a business relationship with Ideascape, because recently we had an away day, and it was actually run by Rome and Leonard, and the team really had a lot of fun. But today I'm coming as a friend to Rome, as a friend to Ideascape, I guess. And just as Rome had said, if I can actually, inspire with some tips, some habits, some words of wisdom, I think it will really make my day, because that's really what I'm all about. So I know I love this quote from Charlie Tremendous Jones. It says, "You are who you are today, except for the people you meet and the book you read." So today I am meeting new friends. I'm really very excited about that. It's really just how much do you get out of this interaction and this getting to know each other. a little bit about me. Yeah, I am a mother above and on top of everything else. I'm very, very proud of this achievement of me. That's my son Faris and my daughter Alia. Faris is 26. He's a junior auditor. He's just started his first year. He graduated 1 year of having a career. So yay, milestone. And Alia is 14 going on, 36 or something like that. He is my strength. She is my joy. And I tell them that every day or as many days as I can. And I've been telling them that for as long as I can. Remember, it's just an affirmation, and so that they know, that what they mean to me. They're my beacon. Where I am today, a lot of the things that I've built, particularly in my career, has been about them, and they have been my single focus in driving me to, achieving whatever it is that I want to. Oh, this one is the biggest blessing ever in my life. I'm so blessed to have both my parents still with me. My dad is turned 96 this recent September. They're both actually quite frail. My mom is bedridden, but pardon me, I do not want to share those kind of photos. That's me with her. That was a few years ago, and then at their age, even a bad cold can actually see them deteriorating in health. But they both live with me, and to be honest, I've lived with them all my life. And there's so much humility you get from taking care of your parents or someone elderly that is close to you in your life. I love them for what it is that they have given me, their sacrifices, and it's just my turn. Yeah, and it's such a joy. I love the feeling of looking forward to seeing my mom when I'm driving home from the office. I cannot describe that feeling, or it's just ultimate joy. And I thank the Almighty for actually giving me that blessing. I'm also a sister, auntie, a nan. I refuse to be called nene, okay? Because my sisters and my brother's children are married with their own kids. You want to call me nene? No lah. So with my first grand cucu, I declared that they call me nan. I'm a sister-in-law, etc. I'm a woman leader. I don't know how many years I have been working, actually. It doesn't really matter. Just a quick snapshot. The people in the office call me Wonder Woman. I kind of like that. But it's just having the strength to face any amount of adversity in the office. I've achieved a lot in my career. I've been with McDonald's for 11 years. Prior to that, I was with PepsiCo for 5 years, and previous to PepsiCo was Nestle, and so on and so forth. And I think this is what I believe. Success is a journey. It's not a destination. In my career, of course, when you look at LinkedIn, when you CVs, or when you Google someone on the internet, it's always about the successful stuff, right? But in hardship and failures, there's a lot more that you can learn. So just as I mentioned, these were the brands that I've worked for. Yes, they are all successful, #1 brands in their own right, in their own category, but they are also failures. You don't see this product called 𝐕𝐤𝐜𝐞 on the supermarket shelves anymore. I can spend a day talking about failures to you, but I'm not all just about things that work well, but I'm also about learning from tumbling and failures. So failure is not the opposite of success. It is actually a part of success. And as I mentioned, you can learn a lot more. You just have to be positive and have strong belief in yourself. McDonald's is one of the most valuable brands in the world. But what it says here is that your brand is what other people say about you when you aren't in the room. And I'm not talking about just McDonald's. M there stands for Melati as well. So I do have a brand. I believe I have a brand. I believe I stand for something. And more importantly, I feel that people gravitate to me because I stand for something and because I am able to give them something in return. So I'd like to think that I'm a brand that people talk about positively, people look forward to, people aspire to, and want to reach out to even when I'm not in the room. So I have been with McDonald's 11 years, as I mentioned. I'm the chief marketing officer. Some of the things that I look responsible for include marketing, so all the crazy campaigns, all the new menu that you see, it's me and my team, communications, all the grassroots effort, the teachers awards, media relations, digital work, strategy and insights, convenience, etc., all under my area of work with McDonald's. I'm also the regional representative for the Global Women's Leadership Network Committee. So yeah, I'm all about women. I know Rome has a different point of view to that, but when you have a workforce of 12, 13,000, yeah, it's really quite important to ensure that women folk are well taken care of as well. That's just in Malaysia. This is going to be my last slide, or because I think some questions are going to be related to this. I have 4 Fs. My children are called Faris and Farah, so they're 2 biggest Fs in my life. F is not a bad word for me. How do I keep myself grounded? The first F is faith. Yeah, I believe I am where I am today because of the focus and the dedication that I have, and the fact that I would deliberately give time to honor my faith and to do what's right in my faith every single day. My family and my friends, yeah, they mean the world to me, and going through adversities like death and even divorce. I'm a single mom. I have not had to turn to counselors or strangers out there because I am very, very close to my siblings and to my family. I have very, very close friends as well. My fuel at work, this is my team. Yeah, my team is the reason why I have this, skip in my feet when I go to the office. It gives me so much self-satisfaction or even love when I see my team being successful. And then, of course, the other F is the future, right? You decide where you want to be, and you decide how much success is out there. You just have to actually grab and make it yours, depending on what it is that motivates you. I think the future, except for the pandemic, but even with the pandemic, it's going to end, and the strong will just emerge stronger. And I have so many things to look forward to, and I do ensure that I keep some time to make sure that I think a little bit, spend a little bit time on me, and see what it is that I want to gain out of life, maybe also out of career. Now I'm not as young as some of you, so the thinking around career is very, very different today than it was 10 or 15 years ago. Principles I live by are very simple. It's about staying humble. Yeah, I always believe that, I don't know if you know the power of edification. I'll talk about it later, depending on the questions that you have. But I really, really believe humility will take you very, very far. Stay humble. There's always something that you can learn from someone, no matter, what background they have or what levels they are in the organization. Because I work in a big organization. So I really believe that this has been a key success factor for me. It's about staying humble and being genuine, right? Today, right? I don't know, some of you may have teenagers or even older children. The social media, the internet, it's very easy to be somebody that you're not, but you can smell a genuine person a mile away. Yeah, so be who you are, be really, really true to yourself. Try not to be, who you think people want you to be, or this is me, right? What you see is what you get. No, I like that. right? Listen. Be good at listening and listening well, right? A lot of people hear, but they don't listen. And listen to, listen to understand and not listen to answer. And make a difference, right? I mean, how much more satisfying can it get, right, than having the ability to make a difference in someone's life just by being who you are and by giving and, whatever knowledge you have, whatever love you have, whatever passion you have, passion I have for people, make a difference. And that's something that I remind myself to do every single day, even the smallest of things. I've had people come up to me and tell me, the other day when you said this, and this, I thought I said it as part of taking a breath, but to that person, it made a huge difference. And I now make a point to actually be very, very cognizant of that and, use that to build me and to fuel me. Love your work genuinely. You really got to love what you do, value every step that you take. I cannot stress enough in terms of, ethics and, just being, I'm lost for words, but, just being truthful, honest, and making sure that you value every step that you take, every opportunity that is given to you and help someone grow, right? So it's me. I'm loving it.
Okay. Thank you so much for sharing. I have got the $1 million question to you. Now, so everyone says Melati is so successful. She's the vice president of McDonald's, right? Now, quite an achievement there.
Thank you.
I want to ask you, in your personal opinion, do you feel that you are successful? Do you feel that you have reached what you want to be or where you should be in life?
Yes and no, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yes and no, because on the one hand, I feel really, really blessed. And I feel that things that used to hold me down or what I used to think as important are not important to me anymore. Such as money, such as accolades, or maybe more on the career side of things. Fast cars, nice handbags, those sort of things. Just very materialistic, maybe, or very status related things. They don't mean anything to me anymore. It doesn't have a role in the things that I do on a daily basis. So on that note, I feel that I'm really, really blessed because I do things that I love. I do things that I like. Am I totally 100% successful in my career? I can do more, I can be more, but I think I've also done a lot. Right, I've also taken so many people along with me and grown them and given them success. They've left my office nest to grow into, in their career, whether it's within McDonald's or even in organizations that I've left. And I feel that I'm successful because people want to follow me everywhere I go, whether it's people I used to work with before, agency partners, they want to follow me. Can I still work with you? Do you have opportunities? Which agency are you working with now? Do you think they'll hire me? I want to work with you, Melati. I find that I define that as success. I define that as success because it's part of that, the principles or what, just my principles about bringing someone along with me in my success. Do I want to be elsewhere? Maybe I do. Maybe I want a different career. I haven't crossed that seriously yet about being in control. I've always been in an organization. I take my hats off to your boss, to Rome. I don't know how she does it. I find that an entrepreneur and a business person has a different calling, I've always been safe in an organization, right? And I've thrived in organizations, whether it's Nestle, or I used to work in Avon as well prior to Nestle. So Avon is a very structured organization as well. Nestle, PepsiCo, and McDonald's now. In McDonald's, there's 300 restaurants, 13,000 employees. Everything is very structured. So successful, yes, but have I actually reached my full potential? No, I don't think so. Next year I'm 55, I retire. So maybe I would venture into something different. I don't know. I still enjoy going to work, and I think I still have that energy going to work. My 30-something managers can't keep up with my level of energy, and they all declared they fail next to me. I just have so much energy, but I think it's because I draw it from people, and I draw it from seeing the opportunity. Oh my gosh, I tell them it's never a full stop. It's semicolon as far as I'm concerned, because but things have got to move, right? Things have got to progress. So we believe in progress over perfection in McDonald's. Mm-hmm. And 2 MDs ago in McDonald's, Sarah Casanova, she's a Canadian, she's now running McDonald's Japan. She called me into her room one day because we were those menu, dulu kan ada menu boards kan dekat McDonald's, but now it's all this digital self-order kiosk. We would have like 3 different versions of the next promotion that's going to come up. Then we will say, oh, the cheese here is too yellow, this one here, the lettuce doesn't look green enough. And we actually be doing that. She called me into the room one day. She was like, what are you trying to accomplish? She's like, would the customers notice? Not really, was my answer to her. She says, are you 80% confident? Are you 80 or 85% happy with what you see up there? I'm like, yes, I am. So what are you pursuing, Melati? Are you pursuing the 90 or the 100%? She said, you're not going to get it. So why are you wasting your time on that? And I walked away from that defining moment ke apa ke, but I stuck to that advice up to today. And that was I was in McDonald's.
I remember Sarah. She's awesome, right?
She's awesome.
Yeah, she's awesome. I know.
And when I wanted to advance my career, I thought I was going to advance my career. I said I want to try regional because I've always worked in Malaysia. Never had any regional role.
Why didn't you?
This was her answer to me. She looked me straight in the face and said, what a waste of brain power, she said.
Huh? Why?
Because in the market, like home market, you get your hands and feet dirty as well. You're on your feet, you're thinking, you are listening to customers, you are improving on campaigns, you are making changes, you are driving new media strategies, but when you're in the regional role, you macam prefect sikit lah kan.
True.
You ada global akan bagi you something, and then you kena cascade down to markets, and you must make sure, Malaysia, come on board lah, Vietnam, come on board lah. Like she said, what a waste of brain power. So I was like, all right, lady, I'll stick around. I've been in McDonald's Malaysia for 11 years.
Okay. I got a question for you.
Sure.
But I just have to bring this because you talk about enrolling people and bringing people along with you wherever you go. You move careers, and people are just saying that, Melati, can I come and work with you? Now, what is it that you do? Okay, is there any formula the best in people?
Oh, the word that I remember now is integrity. In everything that you do, please make sure keep your integrity in check. Keep it intact as well. Right? Tak tahu cakap tak tahu, itu je I punya philosophy, and I tell my people that all the time. I tell the people from the youngest executive secretaries to even to myself. Tak tahu cakap tak tahu. Integrity is something that I value in myself and in others as well. So you go into the office, you have a responsibility. So whether it's faith-based or personally based, right? You go in, you have a responsibility. What is my responsibility? I have XYZ responsibility. My biggest responsibility is my team. And I've always believed that. I started changing my attitude towards work when I had people report to me. when I had somebody report to me the first time in my career, I got really, really nervous because it was like, I'm not just thinking of myself now, I have to think of the others. But that was a key turning point because in focusing on their career and their success and in teaching them, imparting them, helping them to think, I think the biaslah to me, I become successful as well. I think it's that first, one of the things that I shared earlier on, Rome, it's about being genuine and I'll be the first to take a bullet for my team. And they will all say that. From 10 years ago up till now, they will all say that. I will hentak behind the scenes or whatever it is, but in front of the boss, in a presentation, it's always very collaborative. It's always, they never feel that they're going in alone. And they know that it is, when I want to build their career or when I want to develop a certain aspect in their, people have opportunities, it's pretty genuine. There's no, and I'm very open with my team. I share myself with my team. I'll give you an example, for the longest time, they used to call me Mami Rabu because Alia is a gymnast, my daughter is a gymnast, and she used to have to go for training at 8 o'clock every Wednesday night in Shah Alam. So I have to leave the office early enough to come home, make sure that I gobble down some food or whatever, and then to drive to Shah Alam in section 6, meaning I had to pass the Batu Tiga toll to get there by 8. So you know how crazy uptown traffic can be and all that. So I involved my team. I told everyone about being not having meetings after 5 on Wednesday because I have to take Alia to and so Alia went for training on weekends as well, but on one weeknight she had to go. So they call me and they ended up calling me Mami Rabu because it's like, and so I involved everyone. I called everyone and I told them that I have this issue, I have this dilemma. Sorry, I can't attend offline, online, or whatever it is. And they all call me Mami Rabu. They chased me out of the office. Boss, it's 5 o'clock already. Hari Rabu, Wednesday. My team is the one that chases me out. So in that's what I guess that's also a bit of what being genuine is all about. So I involve my team. My parents, my mom is bedridden. My father needs assistance. I have fantastic caregivers. I'm blessed as well. But of course, my team is aware. And in such instance, my boss is aware. And he's very appreciative or understanding of what is happening. But so I share a piece of it. And I don't know how to be somebody else. So garang lah, you can ask the market. I'm especially amongst agency partners. I'm this dragon lady or whatever it is, but I must make sure that they learn something from me. You walk away learning something from me, or you walk away knowing exactly what you need to do next. I help you to think that way. So, and people have grown in their careers along with me because I'm not kedekut lah when it comes to promoting people or giving people reward. I hire people who are better than me. I want to senang lenang dari bos. Hire lah people that are better than me. Digital lah, kreatif lah, benda-benda semua. Kan? I'm not afraid of that because I give something else to an organization. I give different things in a team. So it's not about competition. I've never competed in the aspect of career lah. And the promotions that I've gotten over the years were all like, terkejut. I don't know how to aspire for promotion. Don't ask me. Don't know how to aspire for promotion. It comes because I deserve it, I guess.
So you're saying that you didn't plan that your career path. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can. Okay. So my question is, you didn't plan that you're going to you want to be a certain level. You want to be the vice president. You didn't plan. So what would be your ambition in your career that, did you have an ambition? Did you say, I want to be something, I want to be the best in something, or, how do the young people here know what to put in their head in terms of career, right? Do I have to set a goal, or do I just do and then see lah what happens to me?
Yeah. It's always about delivering my best, and I don't accept mediocrity lah. Mediocrity is a really, really terrible excuse, right? Because anybody can be mediocre. And putting the team first, I think, is putting the team first has been, if I go back, you know, in the past, I think it's always about putting the team and the team's success first. And it's about achieving the goals. Every year you have KPIs, you have goals that you need to set, right? And achieving that goal is mediocrity lah. You achieve lah apa yang you kena achieve. So for me, it's always about achieving higher. The discipline has to be there in setting the goal, right? And in setting the goal, it's never about unachievable goals. So you set a goal, KPI ke company ke 20% growth ke apa ke, it's achievable because you know it. That's why you put it on paper. For me, it's always about going above and beyond that. It's always about going above and beyond that and taking people along with me. It's always about taking people along with me. I don't plan for a promotion. Like, oh, in 2 years' time, I must be a senior manager. Or in 2 years' time, by 2023, I must be a. It's not been my success principle lah. Let's put it that way. My brand is important to me, so you know, the work that I do, the work that I leave behind, the work that I present, the work that I showcase, the work that I launch. Now that is that would be that says it all. And I also believe if you're good, you don't have to tell people that you're good. People will know. You wish you want it every day. What do you want? The energy or the
No, I think Hakim is asking, love your energy, Miss Melati. Do you want to share your daily food intake to fuel your energy? Cheat day is normal too. And then
I'm
she
bad.
takes
I work for
on-
McDonald's, you know.
Huh?
It's it. I'm bad. I work for McDonald's, you know. I mean, I have my coffee. It's not about my food intake lah. I have terrible food intake actually. At home, it's all about the patients in the house. So for the rest of us, we just eat whatever is there, or it's grab a food panda. I'm being, again, genuine and honest, okay? Your boss cooks well and she cooks healthy. I take a lot of vitamins. There's actually 8 of it that I masuk sekali dalam mulut and minum every morning. Every morning I have a cup of coffee. I've drank coffee since I'm 15. So maybe that's where the energy is coming from. Ooh, all the caffeine. And this energy comes from loving what I do. Really, you go into a meeting and it's about, you know, it's this, I cannot sit still. I always tell the team, okay, you guys lead the meeting. I'm not here.
Yeah. So it's
They never-
yeah. Well, are you a control freak? What's your vibe work? You know that, like, okay, you are going to see Melati, you better make sure ... What is that?
You have to be very clear on what it is that you are trying to do. So your objective has to be very clear. You want to come and see me to discuss an issue. You have to be very clear what the issue is. Don't come to me with, what do I do? Come to me with a thought on what the solution can be. So my team will not come to me with, but we can't do this lah. No, they said, but this or this. I chased them out of the room. I said, I'm not going to think for you. Sorry. I have the answer already. Tahan lah, tahan. Otherwise, my people don't learn. They won't learn. They don't grow. But sometimes it's issues that are tersentai. It just comes, you know, because, and I learned that a lot through McDonald's. You really got to be agile on your feet, think on your feet. But at the end of the day, you know, like what the brand stands for, what the objective was in the first place, have to be solid, have to be intact. You can't change your objective. Oh, sebenarnya kita nak buat ni, tapi tak boleh kita buat ni lah. Oh, that doesn't work with me. I'm sorry, stick to the objective. Working at McDonald's 24 hours, well, not 24 hours now, but open every day. And then it's an everyday business, you know, buns get delivered every day, chicken get delivered every day. So can you imagine the potential challenges, not so much in a supply chain, ada terbakar lah restaurant, crew macam ni lah, crew don't show up lah. Orang mati dalam kereta pun ada in McDonald's. It's 300 stores, open 24 hours every day. All sorts of people, orang bergaduh dalam McDonald's. I have so much respect for our restaurant managers because they have to go through life. It's actually witnessing life in McDonald's. You see families coming in, you see girlfriend, boyfriend bergaduh, you see families bergaduh, anak dah terjatuh, bibir lah pecah, berdarah, macam-macam. It's like you go to the shopping mall, right? And then you see life. I see our restaurant crew or our restaurant managers see life on a daily basis, and then they have their crew that they need to manage. So I tabik diorang lah. It's really like they're running a multi-million-dollar business on their own in that one McDonald's outlet.
McDonald's takes a lot from you, yeah. I mean, for you to be the CMO, I mean, I can only imagine the amount of hours you put into McDonald's. At the same time, you have 2 children that you raised, and then you have both parents who are living with you, needing your attention as well, because your mom is bedridden, your father needs a lot of help. Recently he's gotten a week or two right after he got discharged.
Yeah.
So you have 24-hour nurse, 2 shifts at home, attending to them. Woman, how do you do it?
Am I not blessed? I'm really, really blessed. Okay, first things first, I don't do it alone. Yeah, my siblings all within PJ and Klang Valley, so they do come when I'm in the office. I leave office at office, and then I come home. I leave office at the door, even before McDonald's. That has been a principle of mine, and I tell my boss I don't work on weekends. Unless, I mean, exception lah, McDonald's kadang-kadang ada event lah on weekends, ada
Tipu. We were karaokeing and you got your laptop with you, okay?
That's because I didn't finish my work. That's because I didn't discipline or didn't manage my time well enough to complete what I needed to do within the 5 days of the week. I have I manage my schedule quite tightly. Rome, you know, right? I do not respond to your WhatsApp and all that sometimes because that's not what I do during office hours. I don't have time. So how I manage my time in the office is really chop, block. When I say I can't meet you, I can't meet you. When I don't respond to WhatsApp or whatever it is, it's because I'm very focused. Because when I leave, when I'm back here, everyone's demanding for my attention, right? And they deserve of my attention, my daughter, my parents, even the caregivers here. When I come home, it's relief for them, right? They've been taking care of my parents and all that. And I like it. I enjoy it. I don't watch Netflix. I'm hardly on I don't post anything on Facebook. I don't feel that I need to, because it's about deciding what's important in life. I can just download Netflix, pay lah bulan, but I'm not going to watch. I don't have time to watch. If there's time for me to do something, put my feet up and, relax, I'd read a book. So yeah, I'm odd. I don't watch Netflix, so who cares? I'm on Facebook, Instagram, whatever you name it, is because of work, because of career. I need to know how customers think, or how Malaysians behave and all that out there. But do I feel compelled to post everything that I do? Not at all. If I want to share, I'll share with you personally. So that was a decision I made quite some time back. And It's not.
What's on your
Not
bucket list?
arrived.
So
Sorry?
what's on your bucket list?
What's on my
What's
bucket
on your
list? I do want to travel. There are places in the world that I want to see. I really, really want to see. And I've had them on my bucket list. You know that with McDonald's, with every 10 years that you work, they give 2 months sabbatical, right? So when I first joined McDonald's, I kira-kira, I dah retire ke by the time we reach the 10 years? No, masih lagi. So, but I reached my 10 years last year and the whole world went on lockdown. So, tunggulah. I do want to work I do want to do social work. I want to do social work. That's on my bucket list. I think I'll be happiest being a social worker. Seriously. But that's when I have time and don't have to work lah, I think.
So what's next in your career life? What's the next level, or what's the next achievement you want to attain? Do you have an ambition for what's next?
I do, but it's not so much climbing the corporate ladder. I mean, what's next for me is MD-ship, right? Do I really want to be the MD of the company? It's a trajectory. It's very important to have a trajectory. I don't necessarily want to be the MD of the company, but I have to build myself and grow myself and develop skills in view of becoming an MD. Do I want to be the MD of the company? Not necessarily. I love what I do. I love the marketing vocation, you know. MD-ship is quite general lah, kan you jadi, you have to look at a lot of things. But growing my career within McDonald's, maybe possibly, because there are other aspects of McDonald's that I think is really fantastic. There's the whole training division and all that. But yeah, I learn skills from my MD. I look at how he, other aspects of the business. Do I want his seat? He knows that I'm not after his seat. He owns the company, but I have to grow myself. I have to keep growing and keep learning. So that is my trajectory, MD-ship. So belajar je lah what it needs to be to become an MD. So
one final question from me, and then I'm going to ask anyone else who have a question. My final question to you, Melati, is thinking back, everything, the life that you had gone through, whether it's personal, whether it's at work, the life you went through, is there anything that you would have done differently?
Yes, I would have devoted, okay lah, this is just being honest as well. I would have devoted more time to learning my faith much earlier in my life. And I would have made my children go through the right learning around faith earlier in their lives as well. I would really change that overnight if I could, because I relied on schools. I relied on our education system because I grew up learning religion and all that through school. Wrong. Those of you yang muda-muda belum ada anak lagi. So yeah, I guess I would have definitely changed that.
Yeah, I feel you.
I have a question, Melati.
Sure.
How do you start your day? How actually you start your day, because you are so energetic to the end. So how do you do that?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Morning, Liana. How are you? Okay. Yang functional punya answer is I go for my walks in the morning. Of course, I wake up for prayers and all that, and then make sure I go for my walks in the morning. So between 30 minutes to 50 minutes, depending on how much time I have. And then morning is actually quite routine because then you have to shower, then you got to, and then there's work. But as soon as I turn on the work mode on, it's like this. It's an attitude lah, more than more than it is, what I do. It's really my attitude and taking on that responsibility, because I have to be on top form for everybody else. I mean, then it just benefits me even more, by being that. And I don't want to carry my, my my own personal story or whatever it is into to work, and vice versa, right? And I want to be someone that my daughter looks for when she wakes up in the morning, and I want that to be for as long as I can get. And she's not going to look for me if I'm a grouch or whatever it is. And as I said, like, being in the house, taking care of my parents and all that, it really gives me humility, because I think that being able to put a smile on my mom's face, or to see my father's face light up when he sees me walk into the room, wow, I look forward to that. I want to be doing that to my parents, and I want my daughter to feel that with me again. So and I think it's just an attitude, Liana. It's just about being your best. And if you walk, I don't know how to be down lah. I mean, I do have moments where I cry on my own, where it can be so heavy and don't know which one to think first. I always believe in biting the elephant one bite at a time. Yeah. So if your integrity is in check, if you know why you are there, what you're doing, you don't have to keep checking yourself every day. So benda-benda tu semua it doesn't bother me in the mornings, but it's also personality. This is also me. I'm also very, kan Anis kan? Dari dulu kan Anis?
Yeah, incredible marble lah you.
Yeah. It's also my personality. So yeah.
Thank you.
Welcome. And my vitamins, my Amway vitamins, 8 sekaligus minum makan.
Oh, still?
Yeah, pills.
Oh.
I've taken vitamins for over 20 years, over 25 years, because you have no control over the food that you eat out there, or and then women, we've got calcium lah, and you got to take and all those kind of things. So yeah, just supplements. That's essentially what it is. And thankfully, I don't have any serious health issues. Patah tangan sini sana semua tu biasalah kan. People like Rome and me will have bruises here and there.
So you see, for Melati, patah tangan is biasa.
No, because I don't know how to be dainty lah.
Jalan-jalan jatuh patah tangan it's common.
Scars here, jatuh, terpelecok sana and all that.
You tengok my kitchen scarf?
Oh, because you didn't cook for me, that's why.
Yeah. Well, if you guys don't have any question, I have one question.
Takutlah dengan Romaizun punya questions. Yes, go ahead.
Romaizun. Who calls me Romaizun? Only you. Hey, okay, so Melati,
Yes.
what makes you worry?
I worry every day about my 14-year-old. Seriously, I worry every day. But I don't burden her with that lah. I worry about not equipping her with the right values to face the world, because the world is so different today. I take that responsibility as a mother very, very, very heavily. It was very different with my son. There's 12 years difference between my son and my daughter. So when my son was growing up, the challenges and social media and all that was just so new. It really worries me. I worry about my parents, but worrying about my parents is not gonna help with anything. Right now, it's all about giving them comfort and quality of life. I worry about our country. Sorry, I do worry about our country. I worry about, but it relates to my daughter lah, and the future that she has. What do I worry about? I worry about work lah, but those are normal things lah. But I guess worrying about my daughter and making sure that I am equipping her with the right values and making her become someone who is grounded, stands on her feet, means I have to personify the values and the grounding principles that I shared with you guys earlier, even more in a more pronounced way with her. She's 14, right? So they absorb everything, and they don't listen to you, but they're watching you, and you see this in your children, you're like, oh, that's me. So I whilst worrying about it, I also do something about it, and I think it just helps me to remind myself on those things that I just shared with you earlier, what's important in life. Right now, I just want to pursue happiness. I really feel happiness is underrated.
And what is happiness? What is that? What's happiness for you?
Happiness is that feeling that you have, it's happiness for me is having time to be with my family, and I pursue that. I don't have to be doing, out of this world things or whatever it is. I can have moments with my daughter, with my parents. I can just at the spot. I don't know. Happiness can be small things, like it can be, really, really, and I think it has to do with time today. At this stage in my career and life, it has to do with time, and then what I do with that time, and really, really optimizing the time outside of work.
Okay, well, we're coming to the end. And what is the advice you would give to your 8-year-old Melati?
Oh, you are responsible for your own happiness. No one else is responsible for your happiness. So decide how you want to be happy.
I mean, take control, take charge.
Yeah, I learned that too late in life lah, and always looked at people and thought people would be, if they do this, then I'll be happy. They do that, then I'll be happy. I couldn't be more wrong. So I would tell that
don't try to please anyone, right?
Try to please anyone, and it's not in their action. No one is gonna make you happy. You take control of what makes you happy. It's not somebody else.
Wow. Words of wisdom from Madam Melati Hai. Thank you so very much. We are so blessed for her words of wisdom.
Welcome.
Great, thank you.
I hope that was a good morning for everybody.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you.
Awesome,
problem.
awesome.
Happy Friday and have a great weekend.
Have a great weekend. I'll call you, Mel.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you so much.
All the best.
Thank you.
So much.